Lembas. Elvish whey bread. One small bite is enough to fill the stomach of a grown man.
How many did you eat?
4.
Well, this scene right here really inspired me for the longest time to try to make some lembas bread myself, but real lembas bread. Like, you have a ton of recipes out there that, yeah, kind of make lembas bread, but can it really like fill you up for a day or two? Like one bite is enough to feed the stomach of a grown man. I wanted to test that out, and there's so many interesting things you can see and find online that come close, but don't really like, yeah, of course you have to still keep between the boundaries of what is humanly possible. But I did my best and tried and made a recipe that could, yeah, this little packet could in theory sustain you for 3 days or more if needed, like up to 5 days. But let's talk more about it, like what's actually inside this little cookie slash bread thing. Yeah, I had a lot of inspiration from pemmican, for example. That's also famous, yeah, like a ration or survival food, you could say, but also like the Scottish bannock bread, which lembas bread is inspired from. So I kind of built further upon that. It had to be without artificial sweeteners. It all had to be all natural ingredients, stuff you could all find in nature or derive from nature in quite an easy sense. Like, you get the idea. Oh, and one other thing that was really important that I wanted to have this is that it had a really long shelf life. Like, you can't forget it's in your bag and still be edible. And I tested this one out. I think I forgot, like the oldest one I ate was about 6 months old, and it was a bit hard, but it was still very tasty and very nutritious, at least I think. So yeah, for shelf life, this certainly is a good one. And it's also very heavy. Like, I would give it to you, but it's believe me, you could kill someone with this. Not that I should or you should, but you could definitely kill one with this. So added benefit is that it's also some kind of defensive weapon.
What food have we got left?
Well, let me see. Oh, yes, lovely. Lembas bread. And look! More lembas bread.
So how long would you actually be able to survive off of these 3 breads out in the wild? Like, let's say this is your only food source. There's 3 lembas bread in this, each about this size, 350 grams. And for the specifics, the nutritional values, I have to look it up. Let's start like 350 grams of one cookie. The calories, I kid you not, is about 1,635 kilocalories. So yeah, if you compare that to something, I would say that is 1 or 2 large pizzas. Yeah, it's more than half. Like, it's almost like one cookie is almost enough for a day. So yeah, I think, and the protein content of one cookie is 52 grams of protein, and it's high value protein, like it's from peanuts. So it's a high value protein. The carbohydrates in the bread are 238 grams. The fat content is 54 grams, so also a very important one. And the fiber content for one cookie is 16 grams of fiber in one cookie. I think that's very good. You will have no problem doing your business in the woods with this one. Okay, so all the contents, it's really evenly distributed. Like you have the carbohydrates, which gives you very quick energy when on the trail, when out in the outdoors, when you're just spending a lot of calories and energy just to stay alive, to move. Then you have like a high fat content, which is very important for the slow burning energy. It also increases your body temperature a bit. Like it's really for the warmth and for the long lasting energy. And then you have, of course, the protein itself. The protein itself, like, it's just basically the building block of your like muscles and everything. So your body can repair itself, like the muscle damage that's done like when exerting yourself or when really pushing yourself out in the field. So that's also very important, and protein content is high. What's actually in this kind of survival bread and how do you make it? What are the main ingredients? Well, as I told earlier, it's a very easy recipe, and I always do three breads. So the amount is for three of these actually. That's fitted inside these bags, and you start with 500 grams of just simple flour, wheat flour, whatever. That's the main base of the bread. Then you add 300 grams of peanut butter. You can choose if it's, I choose 100% natural peanut butter. So it's just, peanuts grounded up into like a paste, and it's very oily. So and that's where the main source of the proteins and the fats come in, and also the carbohydrates. But the peanut butter tends to make the bread a little more too brittle and too tacky to eat. So for the added stickiness and added flavor, because it can feel a bit dry with the peanut butter, you add another 100 gram of honey in it. So to make it a bit more sweet and to really have it stick together better. And as a last thing, like when you're out in the outdoors, you also sweat a lot and you need your salt. So I add also 10 grams of salt. You can add a little more, a little less, to your liking or to your needs. But that's also like a form of electrolytes you get there. And you really mix them together. And after that, you start like kneading them into a dough with adding a little bit of water at a time. So during the kneading process, like to make the dough, it's very important that you just add just enough water so nothing like really sticks at your hands at the end. Like it should really be a clay bowl. I don't know how you explain that in English very well, but just get a feel. Nothing should be sticky, and when that's done, you can divide the big dough into 3 parts equally. It's roughly about 350 grams, I guess. It's roughly about 350 grams, and you just make them separate cookies. You can also make one big one if you want. Like, there's nothing stopping you from that. I've seen people do it. My brother has done it before. It's just one big like pizza pie, and you can bring it home. But I think it's easier to carry and to ration if you have 3 smaller breads. Well, time to test it out in front of you guys. I already know what they taste like, but every bread is a little bit different, and let me describe how it tastes like. As you can see,
I don't usually hold with foreign food, but this other stuff, it's not bad.
As you can see, it's very dense, it's very heavy to like eat. So you really have to have strong jaws to eat it. It's a long time when you you can definitely taste the peanut butter and everything, and I would say it's a little bit squishy now because I made it yesterday, this one, but these will slowly harden over time. but that's not a worry. Like, just keep them dry and on a rather cool place, so they can preferably dry even more, which would increase the shelf life. And yeah, I think the taste is great. Yeah, as for peanut butter, it's very dry and heavy to eat, but that's of course expected when one bite is enough to fill the stomach of a grown man. And I'm already used to eating these, but when I give this to my friends or random people, like, yeah, they really have enough with one bite, just because it's so heavy and so stuffed with everything. Like, you have a little bit of an appetite, you just grab a piece of it, put it in your mouth, and yeah. So I think the idea is really, I think the idea really worked. Like, of course, Lord of the Rings, it's a fantasy setting, and 100% realistic is never approachable in this case, but I think this is the closest we can come to having real Lembas bread. Well, and the main takeaway is, like, a human can survive up to weeks without food, really, but this little thing really buys you time when out in the wild. Just having this and having to be able to eat it every so often, like, keeps the mind sharp, just gives that little bit extra energy. Yeah, and just generally when you're not even in a survival situation, like, it's very compact. It's a bit heavy, of course, yeah, but it's very compact. I think it's the most compact you can, like, put together the nutrients and protein and everything that's inside. Like, yeah, I'm just really sold on these, and yeah, it's a really nice addition to my food source thing. And I haven't tried, like, only surviving of these, but they've really always been there as a snack or a midday. Like, there's no time, you have to cook, and yeah. So I really hope you liked this little video about my bannock bread, and let me know if you want to try it yourself, or if you have any ideas to even improve this recipe, or you think I'm wrong on something. I would like to hear it in the comments, like, just hear your thoughts, and yeah, we'll see. So I'm gonna enjoy this one, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.